Over the past few weeks, a new generation of console wars began. Both the PS5 and the Xbox Series lineup are in pre-order stage, and soon in November, both consoles are going to get officially released. With these new generation consoles coming up, a question is sparked. Is Fortnite better on the PS5 or Xbox Series? To start off, let's break down these consoles up. First, we have the PS5 Standard Edition. This is the direct upgrade from the PS4 and the version that comes with a disc drive. Next, we have the PS5 Digital Edition. This version of the PS5 has the same performance and functionality of a PS5 Standard Edition, with one exception being that it does not have a disc drive. To put it into perspective, the PS5 Standard Edition can download games through a physical disc, while the Digital Edition can only download and play games through the virtual PlayStation Store. Next, we have the Xbox Series X. This is the flagship model of the new Xbox lineup, pretty much a direct upgrade from the Xbox One X. Finally, we have the Xbox Series S. This is the cheaper and lower end model of the new Xbox lineup. It is the direct upgrade from the Xbox One S. Now let's look at the prices of these new consoles. For reference, the currency I'm referring to in this video will all be in USD, so make sure you convert the prices into your own currency if you're not from the US. Starting off again with the PS5 Standard Edition has a retail price of $499. The PS5 Digital Edition, however, only costs $399. Moving on to the green team, and we have the Xbox Series X coming in at a retail price of $499, and its little brother Series S coming in just $299. If we were to compare these prices side by side, the Xbox Series X and PS5 Standard are tied for most expensive, PS5 Digital for second, and Series S for being the cheapest. Picking a console not only depends on the price, but also the performance. The main game we are looking at here is Fortnite, which should be a very easy game to run on any of these systems. Both the PS5 and Xbox Series X are capable of playing 4K games at 120 FPS, which leaves the Xbox Series S the only new-gen console to not support such resolution and frame rate. Xbox Series S can only play up to 1440p with 120 FPS, which is still plenty good for Fortnite. That said, if you decide to play on the 1080p monitor with 120 plus Hz, you would get another boost in performance since you're rendering out less pixels. If we go into the nerdy stuff about these new consoles, Xbox Series X would be the fastest machine since it has both a better CPU and GPU than the PS5s. However, the difference will not be huge as console game stability rely heavily on software optimization. The Xbox Series S without a doubt will be the lowest spec'd out system out of the bunch, but that doesn't necessarily mean poor performance in Fortnite. Its hardware is still capable of pushing 120 FPS at 1440p, so if you change the settings to 1080p, the game should theoretically run smoother, if not as smooth as the other three consoles. Same with the Xbox Series X and PS5s. If you play on 1080p, a Fortnite endgame would feel much smoother and responsive due to its insane hardware. Regarding the PS5 Standard and PS5 Digital, both are basically the same but with one obvious difference of the disc drive. Personally, I think the PS5 Digital is way better priced than the PS5 Standard. First and foremost, the disc drive won't benefit you if you don't watch Blu-ray DVDs on the daily. If you didn't know already, when you purchase a PlayStation physical disc from a store and put it through the disc drive, it actually doesn't play through the disc memory. Essentially, when you load up the disc, it gives you access to the game and downloads it to your PS5 drive, meaning it's the same result you would get from purchasing and downloading through the virtual PlayStation Store. It will not save you any hard drive space, you are just using a different method to access the game. Both variants of the PS5 has 825GB worth of storage. This translates to around 8 big games. If you're buying the standard PS5, you're basically wasting $100 on the disc drive that you probably won't ever use or need, which could have been used for V-Bucks or games. Please get the PS5 Digital. I repeat, please get the PS5 Digital if you don't watch DVD. At last, I'm going to talk about my thoughts about these new gen consoles and which one you should go for. If you're purely aiming to play Fortnite with the best possible frame rate on console, then the Xbox Series X would be the obvious choice. If you're aiming for the cheapest and most budget-friendly console for Fortnite, then it would be the Xbox Series S. Notice how the last two suggestions were both Xbox? Well, for Fortnite and Fortnite only, the Xbox lineup would be the best choice. but if we take in consideration of other exclusive games and the overall popularity, both Xbox would lose. From my experience in high school, there were plenty more people playing on the PlayStation over the Xbox. The ratio was around 5-1, so if you're aiming to play other games with the boys, get the PS5. The PS5, in my opinion, is also the best overall console. It can handle Fortnite at high frame rates, has a lot more exclusive games such as Spider-Man, and is generally more popular within friend groups. Another huge point to take in consideration is the controllers. Both companies' approach to controllers are great, but if I had to pick which is more comfortable, I would pick the PS5's. Not to mention that it has an extra button that you can use as a keybind. So bottom line, if you only want to play Fortnite, go for the Xboxes, but if you want to also enjoy other games, get the PS5. One quick reminder is if you do decide to buy the Xbox Series X or S, make sure you're purchasing the right console. A lot of people are making the mistake of purchasing the old Xbox One X and Xbox One S. Make sure you are looking carefully when purchasing or pre-ordering. If this video helped, consider dropping a sub and checking out this Trump video where I talked about whether Fortnite will get banned. Peace.